Welcome to Mid-Maxers. We are a hobbyist Dungeons & Dragons group that get together, play games, and record it for your enjoyment.
Hi, I'm James. I play Slisk, the Kobold Revenant, who is a necromancer.
Hi, my name is Zyia. I play the High Elf Revenant, known as formerly as the partner and now as Mary.
I'm Jeremy. I play Sythivir, the ghost who was formerly a high elf, Arcana cleric.
Hi, my name's Nick. I play a human skeleton named William, who is a blood hunter, Order of the Darksider.
My name is Tess, and I play Shrike Ripley, the rock and roll skeleton ex-tiefling bard.
Hello, my name is Sam, and I am the DM for the Desecrated Kingdom, and let's play.
Last time on the Desecrated Kingdom, Slisk's just going to let out a screech and start clawing at his throat.
I tackle him, and I'm gonna force feed him some drugs.
You see library of sorts. The moment you get in here, you smell the very familiar scent of blood.
He looks like Tassar Biril. He was the leader of the Darksider.
I can talk to the corpse.
Arctos, the investigation on us. Did you find anything out?
I think you're the reason I was stuck in prison for so long. The list of all the officials in the higher ups that we sold shit to, it was filed in Zekas. And then I'm just gonna storm out.
The drawer that's popped up, and inside of it you find a journal. Barkeep is telling you that you have to leave, all the patrons have left already, and they're shutting up shop.
So I still have my hat of disguise. So I'm disguised as my regular self at the moment. I spent some time at the bar just going, how did I get here in life? I hate my life. I wish I was dead. I am dead. I wish I was alive properly so I could die again. Then he looks over the daily reports and the contract he nicked out of the office. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna channel some energy into solving problems for myself, not even thinking of the group really. He's gonna go outside and do invisibility again. I'm gonna make my way to the Hilarious Turnip, because I'm trying to solve problems for myself, and I'm like, this is all we have to go on in this stupid town at the moment. I'll keep to shadows and stuff like that, but at the moment I'm just sort of like, oh, I hate being back on the grind.
So you come to the other side of town. It takes you a while. You get to the Hilarious Turnip. It's a pretty modest looking tavern. It is by the gate. It's not off the main drag. It doesn't seem to be one of the hot spots, so it's just kind of off to the side, kind of a little bit run down. It gets use, but it doesn't look like it's been updated in a long time. Looks to be 4 bedrooms in the back of the place. And yeah, it's super dark there. You don't think the barkeep's there anymore. You are able to kind of move your way around. The place is tied up, but you do notice that in one of the bedrooms on the back side of the house, one of the lights are on. Every other light's off. Anyway, so you listen, and it doesn't, because this is off the main drag, you don't hear any guards as you're wandering around. You didn't hear any kind of commotion or any kind of battling nearby, so you think you're good for now.
I'll peek in the window with the light going.
When you look in the window, it seems to be just a pretty standard tavern. There's it's made out of wood. There's the lower half of the tavern's made out of stone masonry, and then the top part is made of big log pieces. Then when you look in the window, it seems to be a very basic room. It has a bed in there. It has a side table in there. There is a little wardrobe in the back corner. It seems to be fairly small, and you look in there. There is one older looking gentleman sitting there. He looks to be in Yelvin armor from the look of it. He does seem to be groomed very well. He's got a part in the front of his face. He's very weathered skin. He's gray hair. He probably looks to be in his 70s, 80s almost. but he just seems to be sitting on the bed, kind of twiddling his thumbs. From just the way that he's kind of sitting there, he kind of glances at the window from time to time, but obviously he doesn't see you because you're invisible. There's no other candles lit in the room, just the one candle in the window. And just the way he looks at the window and kind of looks down, he's twiddling his thumb. The fact that he's fully clad in armor, his sword is like right next to him. It seems like he's waiting for somebody.
What he's waiting for?
It doesn't hit Shrike right away, but like he kind of looks at him a little bit more and just kind of, he sees the way he acts and his movements and stuff. He's like, dude, I know this guy. This is the guy that broke me out of jail. And you kind of think about it a bit more.
Yes, his name was Franklin Hugh. I'll get like a little rock, throw a little pebble at the window, and then hide.
And he kind of jumps a little bit, and then he picks up his sword, and he walks to the window, and he doesn't open the window. He glances both ways, and then stands there for about a minute looking, and then he just gets his head a little bit, but then he sits down back on the bed, but he does now watch the window.
He's waiting for. I'll come out of invisibility. I got my disguise hat on. I'm gonna disguise myself as like a low life with an eye patch, like wrinkled, like old. I'm just gonna wander past the door, pretending that and then I notice it, and then I peek in. I'm like, "Hey, Sonny."
Franklin gets to his feet, unsheaths his sword about halfway. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Spare a copper for an old man.
Narrows his brows and takes his sword out, but he doesn't aim it at you or anything, and he kind of goes over the window and opens it just a little bit. Is your name Thomas?
No, my name is not Thomas. I'm an old man. Give me some copper.
I don't have any copper, and he slams the window shut.
I walk away, and then I turn back into my normal form. Yes, I have a name. Maybe I'll just turn into like a regular, maybe a human. I saw he was human. Maybe I'll turn into a human. This disguise hat. I'm getting so much mileage out of it. Okay. Yeah, I'll disguise myself as like a human, slightly older, maybe around his age. Then I'm gonna walk around and then come back to the window and like walk up to the window with purpose and do like a sharp knock.
So he does see you walk up to it because he has been watching the window. He walks back up and he's like, "Are you Thomas?"
Yes.
All right. Were you followed?
Absolutely not. I take every precaution.
He just nods and then he opens the window more and he's like, "All right, come in." Why didn't I thought you were gonna come earlier?
I was delayed by some skeletons, and then I climb into the window.
Well, I'm glad you're all right.
Yes, I appreciate your concern.
All right, you're with the Grim Defiance, right?
Yes.
He's like, "Oh, that makes sense." Are you sure you weren't followed? I've been having a hard time.
I understand. I absolutely was not followed. I can reassure you that.
Are you sure none of the Yelvin troops tailed you or anything like that? I know you've been having trouble with them recently.
Yes, I have been having lots of trouble, but I can assure you I was not followed.
All right. So, I have some information for you, but I was hoping to talk directly to your higher-ups.
I asked, they said no.
Why?
They just don't trust you, man. I'm sorry.
All right, fine. I can give you a little information, but I want the rest of it all. I want to talk to them directly because this is important and it involves a lot of lives, and I just don't want. It's just it needs to be done quickly.
Look, I understand. They just need something more to go on to like earn that trust.
All right. What I can tell you is that Yelvin. Well, you already know that Yelvin's withdrawing troops from the cities, especially the ones near the wall, right?
Yes, I am aware.
Well, I have some information. I'm here because I was stationed on the wall outside of that Shadowfell, is what they call it. I was stationed there. I used to work there, but I had to be withdrawn. But they recommissioned me, so I was on the wall. They have a new captain. I was working under him, and I've learned some news that unsettled me. This new captain, his name is Ardalin Faro. Do you know him?
No, I don't know.
All right. Well, apparently he gotten plans from Yelvin. He's I can't tell you everything because I don't know everything, but all I know is that they've been ordered by the Yelvin government to stop supplying the cities within Stelia with support. Financially, medically, food, supplies, all that is being cut off. It's trickling in right now, but as of in 2 months, it'll be completely cut off.
That's very concerning.
Yes, especially seeing how Stelia is currently bankrupt and unable to support itself at all.
I need a seat. I'm gonna take a seat. Can I sit down?
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's not everything.
Okay, I sit down. I'm man spread. I'm like, and I just like head in hands.
He just kind of lifts an eyebrow. He's like, you must be new.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's been a long day. So, okay. All right. Continue.
I'm not sure if these are accurate or not. I'll have to look more into it, but I heard reports that they're tampering with the integrity of the wall around Shadowfell in certain areas.
Really?
Yes, but I don't know why. This is all under Ardelin Faro's orders. He just came in probably about maybe a year ago. I came in under him, and he is. I don't know if it's his prime. I think it's directly from the government, but I'm
Have
not.
you seen Ardelin Faro in person?
Not since he found out that I was a. Not
Snitch.
since I. No. Yes, in a sense, yes. More of a whistleblower than anything. I tried going to the Celia government with the information, but they, of course, they're basically run by Yelvin, so that wasn't safe. I also tried contacting an old group. I think they're called the Darksiders or something, but they tried to kill me, so...
Darksiders, yes. You seem to be in a very precarious position.
People with information and willing to tell the public usually get in that situation, but a lot of people can die if this information doesn't get into the right hand.
Look, can I like get up and like pace near the window? Can I like look out and see if there's anybody like...
You don't see anything when you look out the window. You don't see anything. You see a few fireflies floating around out there, and you do see the fog, but it's kind of hard to see with the fog out there, so you don't see anything that's kind of strikes you as odd.
I'm just trying to position myself near the window. Could I insight check Franklin Humanman again?
He seems very nervous, but the way he was talking and just the resolute tone of his voice, he just seems to be wanting to help the people, from what you can gather.
Have you been to the other side of the wall?
No, I haven't. I know about it. I haven't. I was there when it all went down, but I'm not allowed to tell anyone, but yeah, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was doing my job in the military. I was supposed to take any prisoners out of Zekas and take them back to Yelvin. I had gotten some prisoners, but when the beam happened, me and my men, only a third of us made it out. Luckily, we had a teleportation circle, but even then, it was very faulty when we tried to escape. Really messed with the magic.
That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, a lot is not known about Shadowfell, so I can understand. Any more information, I will need to speak to your higher-ups.
Okay.
As you're talking to Franklin Humanman, you hear a crash of glass breaking, and an arrow shoots right between you and Franklin Humanman. Franklin, he seems a little off-put by the arrow. He looks back at Thomas, and he just puts his sword at you. He's like, "You led them here!"
No, I didn't. I swore I wasn't followed. They are here for something else, I guarantee you. Get down right now.
He just looks at you, he's like, "Alright, we'll talk about this afterwards, but we need to get out of here now." And he is going to go to the hallway. So he runs out. You hear another twang as an arrow flies at him. Arrow hits him right in the shoulder. Franklin clasps his shoulder where the arrow hits him, lets out a and falls to the ground, his armor echoing in the empty bar. When you look out the window, you see someone standing over, and it seems like the main area where Franklin ran off to.
I'm going to use my last first level spell slot in Hunter's Mark before. I'm going to just go out after Franklin. Oh, what the fuck?
There's an open door right here, so you kind of see him through the window through the open door.
I'm going to cast invisibility again. I'll cast it on myself and then on Franklin. Guess I'll try to drag him under cover, so he's got cover. I keep his butt. I'm like, stay there, stay down.
The assassin, kind of see him rustling around over there. Then he just kind of disappears.
I know where he is. I have Hunter's Mark on him.
You hear another twang, and it's right at you. It does hit. He did do an action. Him again. You know he's behind the table. You can.
I just launch myself over the table and tackle him. I bitch slap the curse on it.
The assassin looks a little surprised by the slapping, but continues to glower at Shrike.
I'm gonna scream in his face.
The assassin winces as Shrike screams in his face. Franklin lays bleeding out on the ground and he lets out a soft moan as the ruckus is happening. The assassin is now scared of you. In fear, he's going to lash out at you. So he slashes at you, but he's kind of trembling. He kind of he misses completely. But the second one does hit you, and then he is going to back up.
What up? I'm gonna hit him twice with the Stradivarius.
You do a big chunk to him, but he still seems to be very agile and able. But he looked to be pretty beat up. Like, you did a good chunk of damage to him, but he still runs out the door.
I move up to here. Can I see him?
So you do see him because you have dark vision. He looks pretty beat up, but he's not at death's door.
Okay, so I think I like cartoon skip around the corner, like, hey, come get back here. And then I do like a really cool like guitar slide on my knees as I'm doing like an awesome riff on it, and the two Eldritch Blasts just come out of the Stradivarius and just like hit him in one ear and then the other, and then they just slam onto his ears, and he's just like ah, and he like falls to his knees.
So he's passed out on the ground. Shrike is standing over this knocked out assassin.
Can I drag them into the room Franklin is in?
When you drag Franklin in there, he's really obviously dead. He's got a lot of blood loss.
Like, man, I'm so sorry. Shrike said to his corpse. Like, man, I'm so sorry. I know you're just trying to help.
It's alright, man. You did the best you could. Some things just happen.
Put his soul in you, with you.
I don't know, man.
Just for a
I wasn't
moment.
the one that put my soul on a guitar. Still pretty rockin' though.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna chug a healing potion as I'm discussing this with the Stradivarius.
The assassin is unconscious. He hasn't woken yet.
Okay, things have gone to shit, haven't they? I left my bloody manacles in the fucking... I'll shove my stick of chalk in his mouth too. I crush it in and put it in his mouth just so he wakes up and his mouth is dry. Okay, so I tie him up. Before he wakes up, I want to just set the interrogation mood a little bit. So what I'll do is I will take fully just no disguise on myself, so I look like a creepy skeleton. And except maybe I'll do a produce flame, so it's in my eyes. It looks like my eyes are flaming. I will blow out the and I will have flames in my eyes. It's the only light in the room. And then I will search his body.
So when you search his body, you find a key. It looks to be a tavern key, and on it says property of the Bronze Knight Pub, and it says room 4. Takes him about an hour to kind of stir awake. He's a human, so he's pretty young. He's probably in his 20s. He's kind of got mousy brown hair. He's got some freckles, but he does have a bit of scars, mostly like cuts and stuff on his arms when you kind of look him over. So he kind of groans a little bit when he's waking up, kind of blurry eye. He blinks a few times and he groans when he kind of moves a little bit. He's like, oh God, I feel like shit.
I put my face right close to him.
He kind of jumps a little bit, and then he looks around, and he just sets his jaw a little bit.
Good morning, sunshine. It's good to see you're awake.
He just kind of glares at you.
So here's the deal. Earlier tonight, I'm pretty sure you tried to kill somebody I'm acquainted with. Is this correct? You can only nod or shake your head. Yes or no.
He doesn't do either.
And I grab him by the shirt. Listen, Sonny.
He's gone pale. His eyes are a little wider. He's kind of got shifty eyes, kind of looking around, and you can kind of feel him trembling a little bit.
Listen, Sonny, I don't have a lot of time or patience. You really done fucked me on this, buddy. Do you know that? Nod or shake your head.
He just spits in your face.
I take it out. Sits on my face, and I don't even move. So, who sent you? You can answer that.
He looks at you, and he's still trembling, and his voice kind of trembles too, and he's like,
I hope you burn in hell.
And he bites his tongue. He chokes on his own blood, and he dies.
Oh, you! I drop him. I'm like, God damn it! I'm gonna cast enhance ability. Yeah, so I'll give myself some bear strength. Then I will disguise myself as a crypt keeper, which is kind of like the oldest man you can picture, but super buff. And I'm just gonna hoist both bodies up over my shoulder and make my way back to the hideout where I left.
You walk outside into the fog. And as you do that, the bodies start to quiver. As you continue to walk, they start to move more. At a point, they start moaning. They start shaking too much where you have to drop them, and they're moaning. They're down on the ground. One of them's tied up. They're both laying face down on the ground, and they're twitching and kind of moaning.
So I will move back and I'll like whistle at him. Come on, boys, come on. I'm one of you. Come on.
The first zombie, so the one that you kind of found, you see him shaking as if trying to break his bindings. So he tries to break out of the bindings, but he can't really get out of it. So he's still on the ground. Then Franklin, you see him stand up, and he kind of turns towards you slowly. And he just has this really gaunt look on his face, and he just screams at you when you see him. He's gonna run at you, and he's gonna throw his body at you. He does hit you.
I will fully untie this man. I'll cut the ropes and stuff and just leave him. I'll just like run. I'll just try to lead them to where I need to go.
They do continue to follow you, but if you do notice that when you go too far away from them, they kind of lose interest and start walking randomly. You sneak by the first set of guards kind of doing patrol down the street, and you continue to use the back alleys to lure these zombies down the street through the dense fog. As you're walking past another patrol of guards, some of the moans of the zombies makes one of them stop, kind of looks around, and then he kind of sits there for about a few moments, and then he continues to go with the rest of the patrol. You've been watching the patrols of guards as you're going through the city, and you know this is the last one before you hit back to the warehouse. As you are just getting around the corner, you can see the warehouse from where you are. You hear a call. Hey, you! Wait! Sir! And you hear a group of 3 guards coming towards you. 3 guards come running up to you, and they're like, wait, stop! What are you doing now? Why are you past? And then they stop and they take out their swords and like, oh, get behind me!
No, don't hurt them. I'm like going next to I'm like waving in front of the guard's face.
They ignore you as they get prepared to fight the zombie. The guards get in front of you to defend you from the zombies following you. Yeah, so you're behind them.
Shrike just sort of like panics and he like needs these 2 dead bodies to be with him. So he like looks at the guard. He's gonna like drop the disguise and just say,
Listen to me! Just listen to me!
and it comes out as a fully like shout of a thunder wave, and it pushes the 2 15 feet away from him.
So these guys get thrown back. They're all dead. The zombie, which is Franklin's body, gets really shaken up by the blast, and you can see he's barely holding together. The thunder wave does make a lot of racket.
Really loud, okay. But we're close. I can see the warehouse. I lead them. I'm still leading them to the warehouse.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this session, please like, subscribe, and check out other videos on this channel for more D&D antics.